And hello, good morning. It is afternoon. I hope everybody is having a lovely time at this. I believe it is Thursday. Yes, it is. Wonderful. So today I was really looking at getting started on the new Star Rail story. So that will be the 3.3 update regarding Hyacine and Cipher. But before that, there is something that I most definitely want to do first, which I said I would try and do last time. So what we're instead going to do is I am going to do a quick swap to these trailers. Now, I have not seen these yet. As of last stream, we finished the 3.2 story, so we have now seen the fate of Anaxa and Castoris. So this is the Anaxa trailer we've got today. Then we've got the version 3.3 trailer, so that will cover a lot of what we're going to witness. Then there is the Hyacine trailer, and then there is the, I believe this is a song that they've released since. So we're going to witness all those first, and then we're just going to honestly jump straight into the story. I really can't wait to get involved. And honestly, that's really it. So we're going to turn on closed captions, and hopefully everything comes out fine audio-wise, because I didn't test.
Citizens of Akama, heed my words. Only those with unwavering faith shall receive Kephali's protection. The flame of blasphemy shall not be allowed to take root here.
Faith offers no refuge to those lost in ignorance. The sacrilegious flame has likewise kindled the forge of discovery. It shall unmake the divine and serve me. Using ignorance from your mind, let me open your eyes to the visage of truth. The gods reign fury upon you. And what of it?
The gods shall scorn your very existence.
I already do.
That's a quote.
The gods' love for humankind is a childish fantasy. Cast aside this naivety. This body has long been tempered by near ruin. But reason,
Both eyes feels weird.
desire, and passion will always reignite the burning fire within my soul. Gods decry it as blasphemy, if that is all you can do. For in truth, that is your fear. Yes, I, Anaxa, proclaim it with absolute certainty. We alone are the true gods of this world.
Oh my goodness, that was incredible. Oh my goodness, I'm upset that I put it off for so long, but I'm so glad I've seen that now, because the music alone was so nice to listen to. But that is perfectly it. That is exactly it. Anaxa is a professional shit talker. He just it fits so well with everything that we saw, especially in the story. Oh my goodness, Anaxa is so good. Like, a part of me is like, I really wish I'd pulled for him. And the other half is like, you know what? I'm just glad that I get to appreciate him, because as a character, he's so good. Oh my gracious. Oh my heavens. That was so much better than I expected. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect him literally to be referring to himself as a god partway through. Was it like early on?
And what of it?
Yeah, the god shall scorn their existence. I already do. So either he's calling himself a god or he scorns himself. I think it's a bit of both, honestly, at this point. Anaxa is so cool. That was well worth the watch there. Next, we do have the 3.3 trailer. Now, the Anaxa was very much just going to be like it was a nice experience. It very much just to leave it ever, added on to what I've already experienced. But the 3.3, the version trailers are so it's going to show so much, and it's going to leave me wanting to speculate for 20 minutes straight. So I'll try not to, but oh my, let's see. Hello, Smokey. Wait, captions. There we go.
My ancestor.
That's not quite the captions I was looking for. No, can I change them? No, yeah, but I'd like them in English, please. That would be marginally more beneficial for me. Was there a non-auto-generated one? No, there was not. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure I could read them. I'm sure. I'll give it a try. And then yeah, we're all good. Oh, it's my chocolate milk. Don't
My ancestor, Celiosi the Day Thunder Knight, raised her.
These are really bad captions. There we go. Attempt 3.
Celiosi the Day Thunder Knight raised her spear against the sky and ushered in the flame-chasing era that continues to this day.
Miss Hyacine!
Oh, that music is very cute.
Let's have a break.
He's called Eco now. The caption said it.
Guide with the Rainbow Bridge.
There's so much positivity here, and I can guarantee the story will not carry on this vibe.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies. Chrysos Era's flame-chase journey is nearing its end. Friends, let us soar together.
There you go.
Seriously, where did they hide that thing?
There she is.
Cat and mouse time! Don't fight so I can leave early. Our cute play session is over. This cat will pick
The
you up.
captions know who they are. The caption knows more than we do. Hey, look who's down. Oh!
Awaken, lady Celiosi. Witness the will of humanity.
I am the blazing sun destined to rise!
We just had a few things show up there that very much caught me off guard. Yeah, we've got Legend of the Classic Baseballer on now. Track and Drift. Oh. That looks cute. I think there's enough Mario Kart in the world right now. More Divergent Universe. And then the new set, which is now already released. There were a few things that caught my eye, mainly towards the latter half. Because the first parts were like, yeah, these are just the characters. I am still so on the verge of like, do I pull Cipher? Do I not? And I felt the story's gonna like make me make that final decision. So, there were a few things that caught my eye. You know, we saw Aquila, we saw the Flame Reaver, whatever. You know, we expect to see those guys. This part caught my eye the most. Yeah, Super Monkey Ball. Oh, you're honest. I did not think about that. You're completely right. Yeah, I guess Dan Heng really hasn't done much. As you know, he spoke to people, and he's largely been not present in our side of the story. Dan Heng, I forgot he was here with us. He's mostly been doing his own thing aside from us. Like not dying and not becoming a Chrysos heir. Which is honestly pretty good. Good for him. He's doing really well. So yeah, I just completely forgot he was with us at this point. So it's nice to see that he's likely going to be playing a role, as in Biber Lune. Oh. Yeah. Phainon, Hyacine. And then the will of humanity. That's what we like to see. We love human stand up for humans.
I am.
Yeah, there was the we saw a few people lying on the ground. The one thing I'm going to do is have a quick peek at, there was one that caught me more than the rest that I want to check. And it was that one. It was this image. Because, you know, before that we had Cipher taking a nap. With golden blood spill everywhere. Not typically a good look. Especially considering her prophecy is apparently like something greed, something die. But this one I don't like. But instead of speculating and getting upset, we can watch the Hyacine trailer. Which hopefully we'll know who Ika is. That's a hope. The Ika is not called Eco now. We're just gonna move on. And then we'll speculate as we do more, as we learn more in the story. So this is the Hyacine trailer, always here to help.
Always here to help. Then let's hurry up and get started.
This is adorable. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she dropped her golden drink.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
you're
someone
completely
needs me.
right.
No need to panic. Hyacine is at your service. Scars are the badges of a warrior, but they should never be wounds of the heart.
She's leading Maida like he's an old man.
So there's really no one watching, huh?
I'm being attacked by Netherwing! Help!
Neverwing. Oh, what?
Forgotten Hall, stage 12!
I did that.
Almost there. Consider this a friendly warning. If you don't back down, we just
Look at that team.
beat you up.
Okay, that was a great reference that was thrown in there. Oh my goodness.
Clear away the darkness for us.
Ah. That is adorable. I feel healed already. This is worth it. I think of all the references that caught my eye, the one that caught me the most was it around here?
Little Ika,
Nope,
clear
I think I'm
away
going
the
too far.
darkness for us.
I'm going too far. No. Yeah, not too far. It was here.
Consider this a friendly warning. If you don't back down, we just might beat you.
Oh. That one. Oh, goodness me. I think that's actually unusual. I think we've had Kylus for both these trailers. Usually they swap between the MCs. I'm pretty sure we had Kylus for this. Did Kylus even show? Did he exist? Have I made this up? I'd believe it. I would make things up. Yeah. Why am I doing this? No need. But yeah. Preemptive healing for the story ahead. Honestly, I think I'm gonna need it. Yeah. I'm gonna have this gift saved just for well, for whatever's gonna come. I don't know if we're ready. That was very cute. We're gonna like all these quickly. Bam, bam, and bam. And then lastly, we have the Star Rail EP Poi Poi. Poi Poi? Poi Poi. Poi Poi. One Stab Aquila. We'll stab Aquila shortly. Aquila's like, on the list of things to do, stabbing Aquila is up there. It's just not like the very top at this exact second. Okay, this one is 3 minutes and 24 seconds long. This music, is this going to be a spoiler? All of a sudden, I have concerns this might be a bit of a spoiler. Maybe we hold off on this one. Especially in case this song is in... I mean, yeah, the description immediately mentions 100 Bird Eye. Maybe it does spoil things. Maybe we give this one a pass and we come back to it after we've done all the story. I think I'm going to do that. I think might be for the best. So we can just come back to the video game. Woo! So yeah, as I said, there is currently this event. I'm not going to touch it yet, anywho. I think I've done everything else that we can do so far, regardless. We've done the 3 modes, I've done the showcase, and now it's just the actual missions now. Glimmers, did you start on it yet? Because if I recall correctly, you told me you were intending to start today? The story.
Need something? If not, then I'll be leaving.
I wanted this a little bit loud. There we go. Head to the Vortex of Genesis and recall what came before. I shall dip them for the show. Ah, I see. Well, have a lovely tower, and I hope to see you in a little bit when I've definitely done all the story in one sitting. That's realistic. That will not be the case. Ah, then here we go. Thank you. I shall enjoy it. Thanatos and Circe's core flames have been restored. Sometime after that, 12 constellations hover above, overlooking the Vortex of Genesis. See, we've just got 2 left now. The embodiment of the 12 Amphorian deities, fate, foundation, creations, and the calamity of this world. Now, 10 among them have fallen. Their core flames return to the origin of Genesis. Above you, constellations shimmer, their brilliance echoing in the fate slumber of each titan. And you have experienced 4 ascensions and 4 partings. Strife. The Lance of Fury once became the Mad King, plunging the world into ceaseless strife, until your valor brought it to an end. Brought it to an end. And its demigod successor, the undying Midamos, chose to bear the title of Kremnos alone, returning home to be crowned as the last line of defense for the Holy City. My day, may your battles know no defeat. Time. Back then, the incarnation of time entrusted Mem to you at the Temple of the Three Fates. Back then, the lively girl with red hair fulfilled her mission and bid the first farewell. Time speaks not of fairness, yet it never stops. And now this power resides in your hands. See you tomorrow, Trian. They just keep rubbing it in. Reason. Not long ago, the head of the Grove Sages helped you to repel the menace that is the Black Tide. And still, not that long past, that unruly scholar staged one last grand performance, granting you a glimpse of the world's truth at the cost of his life. Oh, the incarnation of reason, at the edge of existence, have you found your answer? And death. The prophecy once made the Hand of Shadow choose 2, granting one the fate of death. Yet their bond wove a hauntingly beautiful tale that stretched across time. And in the end, the incarnation of death, who journeyed into the Netherrealm to the living world, chose to remain in that sea of flowers, retrieving your future. At the end of the west wind, we shall meet again, Castoris. What a long journey it's been. Time and again, farewells haven't numbed you. You can't help but wonder how many more goodbyes will the journey of trailblazing entail. You question whether you'll be able to express each goodbye with heartfelt emotion. Your thoughts sink into the ocean. You recall how the Amphorians cherish epics, using stories to soothe their sorrows. Perhaps you should embrace this way to dispel your melancholy and regain your strength. Then let it begin. Countless words of adventure surge through your mind. You only need to grasp just one to anchor your creation. Don't be influenced by the noise outside. Just focus on the keyword in your mind. Are we getting a phone call? I think we should answer that. It is indeed difficult, but you should still cling tightly to your inspiration, weaving heartfelt and elegant verses. Alright, no, this is an impossible task. Just one glance at the phone. It won't disrupt your thoughts. I'll tell yourself. Cipher! Show me the money. Grey mystery! Last time in Styxia, 0 time for treasure hunting. Absolute disaster. Now back at the river stalls, mostly retreated, and back, baby. In the water, a big shiny chest. I can't use the miracle orb, and I can't wait through. Your power of time is needed now. 70-30 split. 30 for you and 70 for me? Exactly. 30 for you and 70 for me. Pfft. Details, details. Get here, we'll talk. Meow. You must admit, even during this arduous and struggling low point, there are still those who live joyfully. Cipher's endless, surging desire for wealth seems more turbulent than the waters of the Scale Gorge waterscape. Forget the past now. It only brings sorrow. But sadness has no place in this moment, and what you need is the drive to move forward. You decided to head to Styxia, where the River of Souls is no longer blocked, to meet up with the Catgirl. With Catgirl. Hopefully those glittering, clinking trinkets will, as always, lift your spirits. To Catgirl!
Oh, Styxia's moonlight is so beautiful. And the River of Souls is so quiet. It's like everything that happened was just a dream. I wonder if Cass is doing okay on the other side. If I write a letter and put it in a drift bottle, will she be able to read it?
Oh, I miss Castoris too.
No, this shouldn't be so depressing. Now's not the time to feel down. We gotta pull ourselves together.
We have?
By the way, it was Miss Cipher who asked us to come here. But where has she gone?
I mean, it's Cipher.
Huh?
What was that sound?
I don't know. This aura feels so familiar. Let's go check it out together. Be very careful. I have a bad feeling about this.
This very much leaves me curious about how this is going to weave into Lygus being an emanator, presumably an emanator of erudition and everything going on with March.
Hey, what's that on the ground? Should we pick it up? Careful.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
a piece of black
well,
cloth.
goodness gracious me. look what we have here.
Now, where have I seen this before?
I can tell you, it's the Flame Reaver.
What? How could they be here? Mommy!
He returned to Mem. Is he gonna fight? Are we gonna talk? Mem, get ready.
Wait! We both know what this thing can do.
I can take him. Trust me.
Let's try our best to deal with them for now, and we'll slip into the past with Time's power as soon as we can.
Okay, okay. If he wishes to fight, of which it appears he does not.
The river of souls
Oh, hello.
is full of fish, big and delicious.
So you consume the souls of the dead? Question mark? Maybe?
What?
What?
The flame chase journey stops. Meow, meow.
Huh. Oh, okay, okay. So we got references to fish and meow meows. Good to know.
Meow?
The Flame Reaver's gone mad. The end. The
We
end,
already
yeah.
knew about the mad part. But are we still in danger?
Guys, I think we found Cipher. There you are.
Sorry, I couldn't pass on the chance to give you two a good scare.
Wow. Wow. I can't believe this. This is illegal. What? This Cipher must be fake too. Run!
Don't run! I'm the real Cipher. The real one. Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you a kind reminder that Emphorius isn't safe at all. The whole place is full of dangers, including that Swordmaster. Make sure you stay on your toes, no matter where you are.
Okay, okay. So you're playing both good cop and bad cop?
Hey, I'm just making it up to you. You'd do the same in my shoes.
I would love your shoes. Your shoes are really cool.
So, was that a Flame Reaver disguise? Or a magic trick? It looked so real. Is that the power of the trickery demigod?
That was about 3 questions. Oh my goodness. One at a time, Mem.
Disguise? No. It's not as simple as that. Let me think about how to explain this. For example, what did you think when you realized that piece of cloth came from the Flame Reaver's cloak?
Is it about manipulating the way we see things?
We thought that
Is it-
maybe the Flame Reaver was around here somewhere?
Because we know Amphorius has like a very strong link with memories in general. Like that's just the nature of Amphorius itself. Is it like a case of sort of planting an idea in your head and bringing it to reality?
That's right. And then you heard some footsteps. What did you think when that happened?
You would think it's the Flame Reaver. It's the it's the simple line of thought.
Well, we thought it must be the Flame Reaver coming this way.
And henceforth, it did happen
Yep.
as a result of.
Exactly. I just used some hints and mental suggestions to
I know,
help you
okay.
believe in a lie. Lies are what Zagreus is best at. If everyone believes in a lie, then it becomes reality.
That's what I've been saying since the start. That's why every time anything about Zagreus comes up, I said if we all of a sudden find out that Zagreus is not dead or something is just not how we believe it to be, that's exactly what I'd expect. I feel like it'd be foolish not to have some kind of major twist around Cipher the character and the nature of obviously Zagreus, whether it's Zagreus isn't actually dead or what, or even what Zagreus is or anything. There are so many avenues and I cannot wait to see what the like. I feel like I can almost comfortably personally guarantee that there is some kind of twist that is going to come with Cipher, and I just can't wait to find out what it's going to be.
Power to make lies into reality? That's got all my hair standing up.
And you're just telling us everything like that. I mean, do we believe what we were just told? Huh?
You think I might be lying? No need. The seamstress trusts you for a reason. Someone as honest as you couldn't trick me even if you wanted to. So, there's no harm in telling you. Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right? Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going. Oh, was that your teleslate?
Phainon! Celia, did you rest well? I came during lucid hour and you seemed asleep, so I didn't wake you up. But in current circumstances, I can't stay idle. Feel free to continue our training. Let's go to the Grove, shall we?
Aren't you a popular one? But I got to you first, so help me with the treasures, and then I'll send you two to the Grove.
Probably faster to wait for to go with Cipher and then get teleported back than manually make our way back. So why do you need so much money anyway?
Curiosity killed the cat, you know. Do you think I'll spend it all? That's so not why I hunt for treasures. Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well.
Yeah.
You shall walk with greed and die over petty change.
Oh. But if... No, I'm not gonna...
But I don't believe in that. As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change. And as long as I don't hurt other people when I get what I want, I won't be walking with greed. Right?
I don't...
Isn't that simple?
I wouldn't... I can see why the thought track for I won't need to care about petty change. The I won't be walking with greed if I don't hurt people doesn't quite make sense. Like, she's still coveting these treasures and hunting them down. You could argue, obviously, the way we play Trailblaze sometimes can be a little greedy. The way we go around pilfering every treasure chest and puzzle we can find. So I think she's already fallen into, provided this is her prophecy, she's already fallen into the walking with greed. As to what could entail petty change, is obviously, I imagine, where the change to everything comes in.
So, as long as I keep going down this path, all those predestined prophecies and fates will never catch up to me.
You're trying to outrun your prophecy, your fate.
That was a long speech. I'm getting thirsty at this rate. The treasures of Styxia aren't gonna float up on their own. Come on, Grey Mystery. Show me what the authority of time can do.
Patience, patience. We don't have all the time in the world because the world will enter the black tide. A few days later, at the crash site in the Abyss of Fate. Do we get Dan Heng? Oh no.
So, this is the car of the Astral Express you've spoken of.
Oh, it is Dan Heng, yeah.
My repository of memories has been enriched with another fascinating piece of information. Thank you for leading me here, Lord Dan Heng.
I'm surprised a councillor like yourself would be willing to journey so far to inspect the Express. And obviously, outside of the events here, as a player, we are aware that Lygus will very likely be aware of the existence of the Astral Express. And as we know, most people treat the Express with a lot of respect, both what it has done historically and even in modern times. It's a genuine known force, or at least known... force perhaps is the wrong word.
Ackermans hold wisdom and knowledge in high esteem. If the citizens knew of your origins, I'm sure more would be intrigued by the Trailblaze. Sadly, discussions about the world beyond the sky remain taboo. It's been quite some time since you first arrived in Akama. Presumably, you've been looking for a way to leave ever since.
I've been actively gathering clues and testing different things. Sadly, the more I find out, the more powerless I feel.
Don't be too hard on yourself, my lord. This puzzle has stumped Amphorius' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can solve overnight. Even someone as gifted as yourself.
Maybe you could though, Lygus. In the Grove, I discovered extensive research on the Sky Titan. It appears that many scholars from Amphorius believe the taboo against the world beyond the sky, stems from a curse cast by Aquila.
Exactly. Of the 12 Titans of Amphorius, Aquila is known for being the most capricious.
So one moment, one way, next minute the other. Very rash.
The weather itself reflects their mood. Tranquil sunshine, mournful rain. Aquila's breath is a brisk wind, and their cries resound as thunder in a storm.
Additionally, Aquila is one of 2 titans whose core flames have yet to be returned. I believe the other is Cipher.
The sky above affects every citizen. It's clear that Lady Aglaea's decision to confront Aquila at the end of the Flame Chase journey was a carefully considered strategy.
If returning Aquila's core flame can break the sky's curse, we won't have to exhaust ourselves searching for a way back. We can simply focus on aiding the Chrysosers.
Anti-Catherians have no home to return to, so I understand your concern for your old friends and homeland. I used anti-Catherian technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car. Assuming my judgment is correct, I might be able to conduct a thorough overhaul of its power systems.
Really? But
Of course, that's only if you, my lord, permit me to interact with it.
by all means, please proceed. But be careful. The expressive thrusters are extremely
You honor
delicate.
me with your trust. I will be very careful.
Lygus carefully scans the damaged propulsion systems, then methodically begins inspecting its components. This is unbelievable. You seem to understand its structure perfectly. Have you repaired something like this before?
Not exactly, but we Anti-Catherians are inherently sensitive to machinery. Carefully endowed our kind with a unique advantage for analyzing and learning.
Now, see, it does, the nature of the Antikytherians are really brought into nature with knowing Lygus as an individual, and him being the only one we've met. You know, do they actually come from this planet? Are they, are they more likely from outside and infiltrated during one of the loops and have since sort of placed themselves within the history of the world? That is probably one of the big things that comes to mind with the nature of them, or even if not, perhaps he was blessed with knowledge from outside because of Naus, who we do know has gazed upon this planet before. So maybe that gaze was specifically to gaze upon Lygus. Again, there are a lot of little things that you can say, but at least with the current information I personally have, I can't come to a definitive conclusion yet, but there are lots of little ways to look at this, which is really cool.
If you give me some time, I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former glory. Then you and your esteemed companion could set off on your return journey sooner.
But isn't the real issue with Aquila?
Hypothetically, Lord Dan Heng, If I could open up a path out of Amphorius that circumvents Aquila's divine punishment, would you consider ceasing your support for the Flame Chase journey?
I don't understand. Does the Council of Elders possess some secret means of counteracting divine punishment? He's less interested in the answer, and he's more interested on how this hypothetical would come to be.
It's best if you don't delve too deeply into that question, my lord. All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
Oh. Maybe this is not a decision by the Council, but rather his personal wish.
The crucial point is, if you and your companion are unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos heirs, it could offend certain interests. Forgive me, Lord Lygus, but I must be frank. When visiting Dawncloud, I reviewed the records of many council elders. Among them, only your background was nearly blank. I'd like to accept your goodwill, but given such a mysterious background and motives, anyone cautious would have doubts. Well, the questions that I was asking not long ago are already being brought up, so... Your prudence impresses me, just as expected.
Oh! What are those outfits? Oh my goodness, they look great. Are these people... Is this a trap? Is this why you accompanied me here? They've got the Flame Weaver outfits!
Lord Don.
That's what it is!
As the
Right,
Theoros,
baby?
I have no allegiance to their plans, nor am I obliged to obstruct them. I am neutral. Out of respect for you, I hope to offer a peaceful solution to ensure the safety of you and your companion.
Oh, that music. 1 against 4 then. Just to confirm it, if things turn ugly later, will you help?
I will not. As I said, I remain neutral.
I think that is exactly what he wanted to hear.
Are you asking this because you plan to refuse my offer and continue supporting the Chrysos heirs?
You weren't wrong about one thing, Lord Lygus. Indeed, we must try to return to our companions. But our companions now also include the flame-chasing Chrysos heirs. The Nameless cannot and will not ignore the fates of our companions.
So I see. This is what you call trailblazing.
Leading a path. When I asked if you'd help, I meant the ones who need help are them. Oh, that was a terrible laugh. Meanwhile, in the Grove of Epiphany, my goodness, it's nice to have some more Dan Heng. Oh! So you finding like fragments, like memories of this guy? I like the word memories now, I think.
You have such overwhelming power, so why? Answer me. Why do you stand in her way? Why do you want to take the core flames?
Oh no! He can't hold on anymore!
Cease the
Drag him
memory.
back here, friend!
I'm okay. I can handle that kind of hit now. But a few months ago, that would have knocked me out.
Always keeping me on edge.
Thanks for worrying, buddy.
Aw, Phainon's so cute.
Thanks for the help. To face Aglaea and other potential threats, I must sharpen myself with the most aggressive methods.
Even so, it's impressive you thought of this training method. Battling the phantoms of the past in the river of time? It's just like the hyperbolic time sanctum that the bards describe.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's working pretty well, wouldn't you say? But combat isn't just about strength and skill.
It's raining outside.
You also need the right weapon. Compared to that guy's weapon, mine feels like I'm swinging a lump of iron. I can't tell you how many swords I've gone through since the training began.
Ooh, yeah, why not get Cartoonus to help? He's a great blacksmith, right?
Don't worry. I've already arranged that. Of course I need him. I asked him to make a suitable divine weapon for me. It's a little embarrassing to say this, but in order to help me, he deliberately turned down all other business.
Aww. That's so sweet. Cartoonus is just a big sweetheart.
Oh, Cartoonus is part of this flame chase journey after all. Full of energy.
Thinking about how he's been recently, maybe you're right.
But, Phainon, I've been somewhat concerned about you. Lately, you seem more and more fixated on that swordmaster in black.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, the whole he wiped out Elysia, right? In the Black Tide.
That's quite the sudden shift in
Is that my
topic.
memory, right? I don't remember.
I've been holding this question in for a long time. You're getting stronger, but seeds of unrest are also growing in me.
Don't worry.
Oh, did I click too
I'm
fast? No, I didn't.
not wielding my sword for revenge. She's been through Nikador's trial and understands. Those who can't walk out of the shadows of their past are ultimately weak. Times have changed. The responsibility I bear is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphorius. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties.
We'll be here by your side.
You're right, partner. As of now, I'm not able to handle that swordmaster on my own. I still need the help of my friends. Every time I say something, things get so serious. I don't want to be the person who keeps bringing the mood down. I'm out of energy for training today. How about we go to the Library of Philia to lighten the mood?
Okay, Library of Philia
Sure.
it is.
That's what I've been looking forward to. We deserve to enjoy ourselves after all the hard work. Today, I'm definitely going to...
What were you reading before?
A girl's little secret. Don't pry.
Rude.
That's the charm of this place. You can find whatever you're into here. The three of us might not be into scholarly books, but we could still spend an entire day at the Library of Philia.
Woo. Bubbles. Oh, Bubbles is adorable. Hello. Precious. Where are we again? Ah, yes, we're over here. We need to go down here. Shortcut.
Here we are! Where was that slate last time? Was it here? Or maybe over here? I'm off to have some fun! It's free time now, so you should relax too.
It's place just, it does not give relaxing vibe. Like, the music, like, it sounds like it should be nice. You have the nice flowing water, the calming music, the butterflies and the little sparkle sounds. And then you just hear the dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, and it's like, okay, okay. Over the past few months, you've come here more than once, fishing out that small piece of essence from the ocean of knowledge that best suits your taste. You're quite relieved that Don Hong isn't around. No one will be there to judge your reading tastes. The scroll at hand shows a line of small text. Non-standard reading material. Please return to its original place after borrowing. Do not let the Grove, Professor, discover it. 10 exclamation marks. It seems that the scholars of the Grove, amidst their profound academic discussions, haven't forgotten their little hobbies. So, which reading material will you peruse? The Forbidden Love, the Tree and the Butterfly. She wandered through the flower sea, searching for a glimpse of those fluttering butterfly wings, but without success. Sir, I've heard that every flower has its own florography. Generally speaking, that perception is correct. She heard the voice, but could not see the speaker. Yet Circe paid it no mind. She calmly responded to her most special student while scanning her surroundings. What is your florography? I'm afraid I'm not a flower, but a tree. Evidently this answer failed to satisfy the other party. A sound mingled with dissatisfaction and disappointment reached her ears, prompting her to add another remark. Well, if we're speaking just metaphorically, I suppose it would be intelligence. However, her objective was nearly accomplished. It should be around here somewhere. Now, she just needed some bait to draw her out. Intellectual, yet also romantic? Perhaps it's because I hibernate, you see. In my long dreams, I've made promises to countless lovers. Really? The butterfly-winged girl suddenly rose from the thicket before Circe, startling her slightly. After all, at this moment, the distance between them was virtually non-existent. Gazing at Minstetta's face, allowing the light reflecting from her lips to pass through her eyes, a hint of crimson flashed across Circe's face, almost imperceptible to onlookers. Of course, her composure wavered for only a moment. Then, Circe wrapped her arms around the girl's waist, and, as if pulling up a radish from the ground, gently lifted her from the flower thicket. Of course not. Caught you now. Placing her on the ground, the giant tree's incarnation gently stroked the butterfly's wings with the edges of her leaves, confirming the other's normal state before withdrawing. So, now, will you tell me, why have you been avoiding me? Would you two please refrain from frolicking in the Antila garden? A cold voice unreasonably interrupted their thoughts. Indeed, for the garden's master, the incarnation of death, such a lively atmosphere was truly something akin to a natural enemy. Sorry, we'll leave at once. Thank you for listening to my troubles, Madam Thanatos. Sir, let's return to the grove. Sorry, then, for troubling you. Honestly, you two are, alas, but Circe, you must be aware by now. A bitter sensation spread in her mouth once more. Circe remained silent, merely nodding as she bid farewell to her old friend. On the way back to the grove, Ninstetta remained completely silent. After one unsuccessful attempt to question her, Cersei simply struggled to find another opportunity to speak and simply focused on the path ahead. Voice of gossip reached them, causing irritation. A genius! So what? She's just like... so terrifying. A stern figure approached rapidly. It was the source of the irritation. And Instetta offered Cersei a smile, and then turned and walked away. They cast a sharp glance in the direction of the butterfly-winged girl's departure, then shifted his gaze back to Cersei. First came perfunctory reports and spiritless small talk, then escalation to arguments that resembled personal attacks. Do you truly understand? I don't need to. Let me be direct, Cersei. To romance a student, even your own creation, don't you find that perverse? Pow! This was the first time the embodiment of reason allowed emotions to govern her mind. The sensation left on her palm felt that it would scorch the earth, scorch through the heart of the tree. From nearby came the sound of running footsteps, familiar yet somehow strange. Cersei wanted to give chase immediately, but the words echoing in her ears tripped her steps. She was indeed somewhat distracted, allowing the girl's image to surface and fade in her mind repeatedly. The traces left when her resolve crystallized, the third curtain hour had slipped by. The personification of the giant tree approached the gilded chrysalis, and cried her beloved's name, then stilled as if she had frozen. The traces left by the butterfly-winged girl who dwelled here were all but erased. Upon the folate desk lay words, a maiden's first and final love letter. I love you, Cersei. I've already received the graduation gift after all, so forget me. So I may have read some of the voices completely wrong, and some of the voices may have been very similar, so it may have been impossible to tell who was who by my reading. But yeah, this is obviously between Cersei and Minstetta. Goodness me. Now, obviously, in this context, it's obviously labelled as Forbidden Love, the Tree and the Butterfly, so this is more likely a rendition of the tale of their, their actual romance. But yeah, it's still a very bittersweet story. That's it, nothing else. The love story abruptly ends at its worst moment. Yeah, they just split apart. No recovery, just an Amphorian tragedy. Whether the author lost motivation to continue or some urgent situation occurred remains unknown. If it were the latter, the Flame Reaver is fully responsible. Indeed. The Flame Reaver stopped our love story, and for that reason alone, we need to go beat them up. My professor can't possibly be this shy. Oh. Sorry I'm late. I used the power of a Congo's bloom to climb over the vines, rushing into the classroom and nervously pulling open the door, only to make eye contact with the person I had an appointment with. The professor, barely over 30, was leaning casually against a stone lectern, loose and relaxed. The scholar's robe gleamed bright in the dim light of the Evernight, giving off an almost divine aura. The first class and already late. Looks like someone is eager to meet Thanatos. In other words, this was our first one-on-one lesson, and I totally blew it from the start. Probably even Cersei would have felt embarrassed looking at such a sorry scene. Luckily, I had come up with a plan. So, sorry, Professor. I'll do anything to make it up for you. Anything? Well, please, I hope you'll be lenient. At these words, the professor's face broke into a charming smile. Then, I want you to teach me. Wait, Professor? I want you to break down the points in this paper, word by word, and carefully explain them to me, slowly. Although there was no mirror here, I could guess that my face had turned a bright red from the sudden and direct request. But, Professor, I'm just a student intern. Isn't it a bit too early for me to do something like this? I finally worked up the courage to say it. Do you want me to waste the lesson I prepared? You fool! At least wait until after class. If that's what you prefer, then fine. But don't forget, I still haven't forgiven you. So, what should we study first today? Am I reading it the right way round? Yeah. Why don't we peruse this this academic journal? I think they recently published a paper on the patterns of natural numbers. Sounds good. Come on, let's take a look. The research paper was immensely valuable, but I couldn't even grasp the basic argument. I was too deeply engrossed in the professor's sharp gaze. He looked so rational when he was immersed in numbers. Nothing less than I'd expect from the professor I cherished so much. After that, we experienced an enriching lesson. We wandered through the classical literature exhibition, eagerly absorbing the newly compiled Titan Faith studies. Finally, we lingered in the dreams woven by the latest works of the... I'm going to read this wrong again. Erythrochromism school, so much that we completely forgot. The bell signaling the curtain hour rang, and we looked at each other. Class was over. More than once I had resented time for its seemingly linear flow, yet I remained powerless to interfere with it. The professor looked at me and paused for a moment, as if making some kind of decision, then muttered, "Take out your paper. I'll help you revise it." Really? You mean it? Yes, you are a student I take great pride in. I've been considering this for a long time. Professor, let me understand your thoughts, your research, your everything. No further words were needed. Two seekers of knowledge, driven by instinct, began their deep exploration of ideas. At that moment, we had yet to realize that after this lesson, another name would appear in the acknowledgements of the paper. And in the end, this would be the very last spark that led to the founding of our academic symposium. Wow, I don't know if that was safe to read. Wow, my goodness. Whew. That was academic research. Wow. After finishing this mind-shaking piece, only one image remains in your mind. The Express, Welt, phone. For a young Stellaron host, this type of literature remains far too ahead of its time. Oh my goodness, that single... That was worth it. That this entire update, the entire story, Star Rail as a whole existence has just been justified. I think we can really wrap it up here. I mean, an hour to make it to this point was truly worth it. You know, we're just a young Stellaron host, and we got to witness that academic research. Anywho, yes, the One Punch God, Aquila. The One Punch God, Aquila. Brushing off the dust that had settled on him, he adjusted his attire and stood firm, facing the giant eagle in a tense standoff. So you think you're something special because you defeated the silent Georios. Goodness gracious, I cannot read today. Because you defeated the silent Georios? Mortal, heed my advice. The God King remained silent, gazing into Aquila's 1,000 eyes. Slowly he raised his right arm, 4 fingers pressed tightly together, and with a single motion he waved tightly at the colossal being paced before him. "Arrogant fool! You will pay the price for your insolence!" Aquila's fury erupted, their towering form radiating an intense heat. In an instant, their massive wings vibrated at an imperceptible speed. 1,000 razor-sharp feathers shot forth like swords, hurtling straight towards the God King. As everyone knows, the feathers of the Sky Titan can pierce even through iron and steel, let alone mortal flesh. Their sheer density left no room to evade. The violent storm of lethal blades closed in, and time itself seemed to freeze. Aquila enhanced their reflexes, predicting the movements of this arrogant little thief before them. Noticing the God King changed his stance, Aquila mused. He had only 2 choices. He could push off the ground to evade left or right, or stand firm and brace for impact. But either way, it would be futile. The feathered blades would shift with the wind, altering their trajectory. No matter how swift his movements, they would follow him relentlessly. But who could have predicted the God King never intended to dodge? He pushed forward instead, seizing the first incoming feather blade between 2 fingers. With a swift turn, he carved a spiral through the air and hurled it back at supersonic speed. The feather blade curved with the wind, piercing deep into the storm. Without the slightest deviation, it collided tip to tip with another razor-sharp steel feather. Ding! The deflected feather veered to the sides upon impact, colliding with others and further altering their trajectories. Ding! The sharp clashing of feathers rang out in irregular rhythm, the chain reaction of unfolding until the force of the final feather was dissipated, scattering harmlessly into the air. With just a single seized feather, the God King had nullified the entire storm of blade-like wings. Aquila was shocked. How could a mere mortal possess such divine skill? Yet, as a being of godly essence, they did not allow themselves to be shaken. Seizing the moment as scattered feathers clouded their vision, they swiftly brought down their claws, sharp as steel greatswords, aiming to end the battle in a single decisive strike. Boom! The massive claw struck dead center where the God King stood, the sheer force of impact carving a deep crater into the ground. No, something felt off. Aquila's mind raced. This sensation was strange. Had it missed? Or they focused their gaze only to witness the impossible. Their enormous razor-sharp claw, many times larger than the God King himself, was caught, held effortlessly in a single hand, as if the God King was merely grasping a piece of cutlery. The countless white feathers drifting through the air painted an eerie contrast against the battlefield's deadly stillness. The once mighty and untouchable giant eagle found itself frozen in shock. For the first time in 1,000 years, muttering in disbelief, they said, "Impossible! Even Georios, when fighting me, could do nothing but evade beneath my iron claws. Yet you, what in the world are you?" Haven't you figured out the answer? A mere mortal. Nothing more. "You cocky little..." Aquila attempted to retract their claw, but under the God King's grip, it was as if it was frozen in place, completely immobile. Their expression darkened. Seeing this, the God King seemed to smile. He clenched his fingers of his free hand, and then, at the speed of even a Titan's vision could not perceive, with a mighty force, he swung his fist. Boom! In an instant, the divine body shattered. A tidal wave of force shook the heavens, sending tremors through the mighty divine steel-forged walls, cracking them in multiple places. The sacred temple teetered on the brink of collapse. From this moment on, the celestial realm would exist no more. The people of Amphorius would no longer endure the tyranny of the heavens. And all of this was made possible by the God King's mighty blows. No, by a single punch. The distant Titans sensed the fall of their comrade and erupted into furious howls. Was there no one who could stop him? How could his advance ever be shaken? They did not realize. What they did not realize was that even though one as mighty as the God King was still bound by the desire of mortals. Just as before the battle began, he once again adjusted his attire. Congratulations, you have reached your end, Aglaea. You are strong enough to be worthy of the name Sky Titan. He ignored the crumbling stone walls behind him and strode towards the temple's exit. His steps were steady, yet the disappointment on his face was unmistakable. But your only flaw was failing to make this satisfying for me. Next episode, Battling Nikador, next issue on hiatus. That is a One Piece I would read. I would love a One Piece Star crossover, please. That would be wonderful. One Piece, One Punch. Goodness gracious, very different. Heavens curse me. Invigorating literature, your favourite. The article leaves you feeling empowered as if you're the author's One Punch God incarnation. Sky Titan Aglaea. That's nothing. Oh, and obviously it's also really cool. Obviously, this is obviously a lot more of like a haha. Here's a funny, cool reference. Have fun reading it. But then, like in context, the idea that even the people who wrote this were probably fed up with the Sky Titan, just wanted a fantasy reality where the Sky Titan and was simply no more. And yeah, that's like, so it makes so much sense in context in the world that we are set within for such a story to exist, which I just find so good. It's just, it's brilliant. My throat is gonna die today. Let's stop here.
I wonder what Phainon and Mem were reading.
We're voiced! Yay! I imagine this is a new VA. In fact, that would explain it a lot. But yeah, we're voiced now. I might not be speaking that much anymore now.
Let's take a closer look.
Oh wow, you get to read. Brilliant, you can keep them. This is perfect. Hello, ma'am. Observe.
Month of cultivation, curtain fall hour, a time to feast on grains, but poor time for fishing.
Good, yep.
Oh, but then again, are there even any spots left to fish in Amphorius these days?
I mean, we were told that you can just go fish the souls of the dead. You know, they're a nice snack, right? That was believable. Are you into fishing?
You scared me!
That was my intent.
Bursting into someone's world like that can really catch them off guard.
Uh-huh.
Well, no more jokes. There's nothing here. I'll go look elsewhere.
Something's odd about Mem. What are they flipping through?
Oh, I can't read it. Oh. Ma'am. Optional. See what Phainon. Phainon's the optional. Hello, Phainon. I didn't see you there. Hey ho.
Oh, I thought I felt a draft just now. Peeking isn't polite, my friend.
I'm just, just curious what you're reading.
You could have just asked. There's nothing embarrassing about it. Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques Appraisal. How to make a fortune.
He does do antique appraisals. We did know he was into this. What? We already know he's into this. There's entire dialogues about it. There was an entire little event about it. Phainon loves doing antique appraisals. He's really good at it. So we did know he's into this. I know how. In your dreams. Yeah, maybe it is fine. No, in your dreams. Yeah, that's where you're going to find the fortune.
Your comments cut deep. It's tough to find a good comeback.
I'm sorry.
I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaea became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth.
Oh.
That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks, luck doesn't come as easily. It's 30% grind, 70% fate. Oops, I talked too much. As a leader, you need both integrity and... integrity and skill.
Yeah, integrity and wealth. Perfect. I think I lack both. This isn't good. I've got a long way to go. Did you do different dialogue now?
I've spent a lot of time pondering how...
No,
that's
same
the perk.
dialogue. Hey ho! Hey man! What are we reading now?
Oh, these cards are so detailed and fine.
Ooh!
Ruler, weaver, traveler, healer. But the interpretation for each card is so long. Do I have to
Is she doing
memorize
tarot
them
readings? Use them flexibly, yeah, don't just memorize.
What a coincidence! We meet again. Guess we're fated to be together, huh?
Haha. I mean, tarot, if it is like a tarot reading or some kind of relative equivalent, it would make sense in a world where things do seem to be governed by fate.
But you must be busy, so I won't bother you for now. Hope your day, every day, is joyful.
Haha, yeah, you're not hiding anything.
So
She's a little bit embarrassed.
Not like their usual self.
Hey, ma'am. I'm hunting you down. What is ma'am looking at? Brilliant quest.
You sure are persistent.
Yes.
All right. I'm totally helpless against your charm.
Aw, thank you very much, ma'am. I appreciate that.
What are you guys chatting about? Is this... the Amphorius Divination Compendium?
Why are you here too?
Oh.
Sorry, seeing you two chasing each other around. I suddenly found my book not that appealing anymore.
Aw.
Never thought Mem would be into divination. But it's not exactly a niche hobby. So why all the secrecy?
I wanted to set up a surprise. Master it in secret and give you all a shock.
Aw. Ma'am, you're such a sweetheart.
But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I'd feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
A surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same.
Here we're getting some.
She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
I forget her name. Cyrene? Is that her name? That might be her name. I remember when Amphorius first dropped, and like the first big theory that people just started talking about from like the very beginning of Amphorius was, is Mem actually like Cyrene? Who is, you know, insert random talk about proxies and Elysia, which doesn't actually impact the story of Star at all, so don't worry about it if you don't know, because it impacts nothing.
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques with a friend like that.
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future.
Aww.
If the good omens foretold by divination were true, my hometown, Hydes Elysia, wouldn't have disappeared.
Yeah, there you are.
don't forget, we've got Lady Trina. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or cleverly rehearsed tricks compared to her flawless prophecies.
So don't shut down Mem at this point. Like, let her enjoy her thing she wants to do. But I think a little faith isn't bad sometimes in these things.
To me, divination could be a power that guides our spirits. Fate always casts a shadow in front of us, clouding our view of the future. That's why people turn to divination. It's just to find a small reason to give them courage to face the unknown.
Mm-hmm. Aw, you've really thought about this, haven't you?
After all, the first chapter of the Divination Compendium discusses the significance of divination. I'm just expanding on that a bit.
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things.
Oh,
Looking back, whenever
credence
she
to the theory,
interpreted a
guys.
card for me, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Even though I never believed in the outcomes. Maybe it was her tone. Cyrene. She could paint a complete fantasy so vividly, it utterly captivated me as a child. Right, I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
Oh, wow!
Whoa, it's
so
Phainon, the
exquisite.
deliverer.
I'd love to have a card like that.
Yeah, we gotta craft a mem-specific deck.
Oh, now that you mention it, yes. It would be even better if it were made of, say, crystal.
Speaking of which, partner, there's something I haven't shared with you all. Remember our first trip to the Temple of the Three Fates? The riddle that Orin exposed to us?
Nope. Can you remind me? Ah, no you can't. Okay, we're being interrupted.
Who's there?
Oh.
You are...
Nah. Honestly, you know, I do genuinely think nice cosplay. It's great. It looks cool. I really do like their
These folks
outfits.
are up to no good.
black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood. Are
They're
they
the
cleaners?
so they're likely the assassins that have killed many Chrysos heirs under the council, which I believe was the implication with Dan Heng as well. But I mean, after everything we've been through, random assassins really don't feel threatening.
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Phainon, have studied the forgotten history of Amphorius quite thoroughly.
Also, you know, so far they've only really had any chance at taking out Chrysos as not demigods. So by that argument, their only target here can be Phainon, and I think Phainon wipes the floor with them, right? Unless they're actually uber powerful and have some super secret trick, which they're not. They're not going to have that. So, you know what? Yeah, what's being cleaned? Clothes or cars?
Your friend seems quite interested in us.
No, that was
Perhaps
a
you
joke.
could explain, Lord Phainon. It would be the
He's
polite thing.
He's stupid. Oh no. Oh, the poor child. Oh. Someone needs to help him.
We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
You've not been able to... You've not targeted demigods before. What's changed? Is it just because, you know, Anaxagoras completely wiped clean the council with their own mistakes?
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs, several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners. Their task was to erase anyone with golden blood from existence.
Oh.
Assassination, poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything to achieve their objective.
That's actually pretty horrific. Oh my goodness.
Now, this historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war in order to defame our predecessors.
Okay, but then what about the modern existence? Why do you guys still exist? What is your new goal?
Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Phainon? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akama to be tainted by such slanted narratives.
Also, this is still very much a case of, yeah, but you are also just committing mass murder.
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you, not one citizen would cast their vote for you.
There you go, yeah, they don't fit in the modern
in the shadows.
perspective.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood. People have become too accustomed to peace, and they've forgotten the disasters that arose from allowing generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
What do they mean they've become too accustomed to peace? Like, the second you step outside of the city, your chance of living drops significantly. Everybody's living their life knowing that, yeah, their city might feel safe, but the world's ending.
Complete nonsense. Did you really travel all the way to
And
the
we're fine
Grove
on
just to
here.
have an
What are
argument?
they talking about? Have they not seen the story? Have they not been... I guess maybe, yeah, they've not been present. Maybe they've just not kept up with the ongoing events. That's really on them. So maybe we should just ask them to stop, you know, making up theories without having seen the events of the game yet.
I enjoy dealing with people as straightforward as you, Lord Phainon. You've probably figured out why we've come before you.
I mean, your implication was that you were going to kill us. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just a handful of you here. I mean, who do you think you're fighting?
Keep your cool, partner. They've come out of the shadows, which suggests they have something up their sleeves. All right, let's hear it. What are you hiding? But watch your language and don't say anything you might regret. My shoulders might be sore and my sword a tad dull, but it's still enough to slice off your tongues.
The denizen of abundance. Hey, Hyacine and Lilika.
How's it going, Cinny?
Cinny.
This place fits, doesn't it? It's a bit small, but the lighting is perfect.
Oh, I know where this is.
Thank
This
you,
is in
Lady Phoebe.
the shopping area.
With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama.
Mm-hmm.
You like it here too, little Ika? It's so bright here. Maybe you should rename it? How about Luminous Courtyard? Lady Treeby makes a good point. But Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue. Right. How does the legend go again? Even Lady Treeby forgets things.
Aw.
We just haven't prepared lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty. Just give us some time and we'll remember. Ah! Now we remember. Kremnos and the Firmament, Volume 3, Section 5.
My
With
goodness.
Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight, striking down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end.
The Day Thunder Knight. So Celios was mentioned in... It wasn't her trailer, sorry, it was the 3.3 version. So that was, I believe, the first we've actively heard of their name. So this would be it here.
Thereafter, the Skyfolk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned, and their descendants began to establish themselves on the land. Finally, those descended from Celiosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove.
Oh, wow. Nice history lesson.
The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories. But the
Oh?
details from that time have become somewhat hazy to us.
Double check that then. So, yeah, it came to an end.
Oh, I forgot. For a Lady Treby, history is more than just words on a page. It's something you've personally lived through.
Yep. Which is really sad to think about.
Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Celiosi's side. That day will come. I believe it. Just keep growing.
Oh, hello.
Lord Crediros?
Miss Hyacine. And Lady Treby. Good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens you were nearby and came to check.
It catches me off guard every time, but Hyacine is so much shorter than I think that she is.
Doing alright. What's going on, Crediros?
There's been another violent incident at the market. A shop was smashed and looted. It's the third time this week.
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaea here, Akama would remain peaceful.
That was true in the past. But these days, forgive my bluntness, her senses may not be as sharp as they once were.
Aggie.
In my opinion, malevolent forces have noticed the slack in the golden threads and are now plotting to exploit the opportunity.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up. Why is there still...
The Chrysos heirs won by only one vote.
I had too much pressure on the spacebar button.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up. Why is there still unrest?
Treby, from my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand with unrest.
Trouble! Miss Hyacine! Trouble!
Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on?
Please! Something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace!
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaea! It's Lady Aglaea who's in trouble.
Oh. Moments ago in Marmorial Palace.
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago. Its purpose was to commemorate the first flame chase journey, and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphorius a millennium ago. Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the Gold Weaver.
Oh, so they're showing it to pretty much everybody.
But, I guess, you're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Kindness?
Hey, she's back again.
Aglaea, Aglaea.
Following up from the threat from the first story event we had in Amphorius.
You ageless witch, hiding behind a divine facade to deceive mortals. We've been far too kind with you.
So is she... I presume this is effectively just a result of, again, Anaxa outing the corruption present within the council. And I imagine it caused the mass public to not look too kindly on individuals like Kindness, who has probably effectively been stripped of the majority of her power. But evidently her connections with the cleaners is still something that's strong. Which makes sense considering the nature of the cleaners is to oppose the Chrysos heirs, and that's exactly what she wants to do.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your... incompetence.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And
Anaxagoras humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
Demigod, why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now? These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment. When all orders, rules, and laws fail to restrain you, it's time for the dagger to pass judgment.
It's sort of like, it's so frustrating in the sense it's like, okay, I understand the nature of why they exist. And there probably are times when that does come to pass and probably has come to pass historically. But this is not one of these times, and it's just Kindness being an absolute insufferable character, and it hurts, and I hate her. But I hate her because the story wants me to hate her, and it's written her really well, but that's really hurtful. Because I don't want to have to put up with her anymore. Let me get past the Kindness parts of the story. Let me be done with her.
If you're in such a hurry, give it a try.
Going toe-to-toe with a demigod? We're not that foolish.
We know. What's your plan?
The dagger isn't at your throat, but...
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade. If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
Fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours.
No, Kindness, she's not saying that you're wrong in the way you're threatening her. She's saying that if your threat worked, it proves you're completely wrong, Kindness.
Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too. Lately, your control over Akuma has weakened. You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose, yet you remain indifferent. Humanity? Fading? Aglaea, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts? See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
So actually the correct option here is to not do that, because then what's Kindness going to do? It's the equivalent of someone like threatening you over the phone and then putting the phone down. It's like, if they can't get the threat to you, they really can't actually enforce anything on you. And that would be exactly what would happen here if she just said, no need. Oh, she's going to do it. That's the wrong choice, Aglaea.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless. Because your evil is beyond cure.
Mm-hmm.
You finally figured it out. You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
I want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis.
Oh,
I hope it brings you
it's
luck every day.
Is that the blind
and keeps
girl?
You safe from
She blind? Is that right?
That girl who can't speak or hear.
No, the one thing she can do is see. Sorry.
Accidentally lost her eyes too. You know better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaea you are today?
She's so insufferable. Like, I just want to get through this story. It's just making my stomach turn. And this is part of a story. I understand why it's important, but also it's just not enjoyable. It's not what I want to experience. It doesn't enhance. It doesn't bring me any positivity. It doesn't enhance this experience right now for me. All it's doing is making me not want to play more.
Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning. If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
I thought I could buy some more time.
Just turns away from them. That's fair.
In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others. Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment. To let my departure become a path for others to follow. Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now, and sink into the warmth of these waters.
I can't remember what her prophecy was, but I do recall it being something akin to baths. She would perish within a bath.
Will the wandering wind stop to mourn me? Cipher.
Oh? Yeah. Hey, bro. A millennium ago at the Memorial Market.
Seamstress! I've come as promised. Look at this box full of gold and silver treasures! I bet there's stuff here you've never seen. Come on! As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
Little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags. What have you brought? Let me see.
Here,
Her voice
take a
is
look.
so different.
Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
Such exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tier of this quality in my mother's treasury.
Wait, you've seen one before.
Have you checked
Yuri thought
your
he'd leave me
treasury, your mother's
speechless.
treasury recently?
What a letdown.
It's just an old memory. My family estate all burned to ashes long ago. This workshop is what I built from scratch.
Wow, a daughter rebuilding her family business. How admirable. Enough with the jokes. At least you did get to enjoy those luxuries.
Even child Cipher was just the exact same as, like, personality-wise as Cipher that we know today. She's really not changed. Whereas, conversely, obviously this version of Aglaea is already older, but the Aglaea here is so drastically different from the Aglaea that we have now.
Mind your manners, kitty. Tell me, Cipher, where did you come from? And how did you acquire these treasures?
I won them fair and square in a bet. What? Do you doubt me?
Yes.
Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face. But my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
Is that so? The scars and the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Oh, come on. Can't we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
a lie so perfect that it doesn't even make the golden thread react.
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain. Always wasting my time. Fine, if you don't want it. There are plenty of others who do.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the gold weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Oh. What do you have in mind?
Look. Come a bit closer.
Ooh.
Oh, it's
boots.
shimmering gold.
No.
Absolutely stunning.
These golden boots are the gold weaver's greatest treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power.
Are they speed
Legend
boots?
has it that Zagreus blessed these
Yeah.
boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move swiftly and silently.
It was, I can't remember which god it was. Was it like Mercury or someone else who was like wore speed boots? Was that right? Probably not. I misremember a lot. That's okay.
Put them on, Cipher. Then don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves better protection.
Aww.
You rich folks just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you? Well, I'm taking these now, so don't get any second thoughts.
What's wrong?
Yeah,
Do you
they're
have a
too big.
smaller size?
They were like the
These
size
are
of her
way
head.
too big for me.
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
Bartholos!
Do you have to interrupt me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
The story?
Definitely don't hold
Oh, no.
Zagreus' divine power. You're Amphorius' most cunning liar, and even you were fooled by Aglaea.
I also really do like Bartholos. I don't quite understand what Bartholos is, but obviously we know they've been around for an incredibly long time. 'Cause I think it's during the event where you go back in time, you get to meet Bartholos as well.
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the River of Souls. Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress? Well, now you know. Satisfied?
I didn't expect such a simple story. How disappointing.
I think this is the second time that Bartholos has properly shown up in the story, and the first time was when Aglaea spoke to Bartholos about getting a hold of Cipher. So we're getting more Bartholos, which is great. I like Bartholos.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaea wasn't trying to trick you?
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so
Bye-bye.
moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago. Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia. Look how beautiful she is!
I'm sorry, Cipher. I've already taken like all the loot available here. There's probably like maybe a chest or two remaining. I haven't double checked yet.
Let me take a good sniff of this air. This air.
That was a
It's
great
filled
pull.
with the scent of treasure everywhere. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Thanks to Castorus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Barto! Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
Wow.
Well, I have a suggestion.
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
80-20 it is! How generous you are, boss
Oh
lady Cipher!
no. Poor Bartholos.
Anyway, what's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable here. I hate it.
Ooh, the mighty demigod of trickery! Uneasy around water?
You wouldn't understand. The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming. Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick.
Fun fact, I'm pretty sure quite a number of cats can swim relatively well. Cats just, in general, don't like the water. I think it's probably because of fur, but...
What's got you so worked up? Relax, relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cipher was afraid of water?
She never claimed to be fearless.
Getting wet. What's so hard to understand about that? Now, hurry up and figure out a way across. Or I might have to reconsider our split.
Don't rush me. Let me take a look around. Got it. Let's use that thing. Come on, follow me, boss lady.
Not a good imitation. I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartholos.
Oh.
Tell me, how did you hunt for treasure when I wasn't around, boss lady?
Trying to trick me into saying something. Not a chance.
You're as sharp as ever.
Yeah, we've been here.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting.
Was this device designed by priests of Ornyx? Do you think you can handle it?
Don't underestimate me, boss. Just find a cozy dry corner and wait for me. Mission accomplished. Now you don't have to worry about your tail getting wet.
Not bad, but just a warning. If this thing fails while we're halfway through the water...
Don't worry, trust me. For that sweet 20% cut of the loot, I'll make sure you're taken care of.
Huh. This feels truly magical. When did you pick up this trick?
Okay, no more dialogue. We can go.
We're here. Can we turn off this spotlight now? It's really blinding.
No problem. Just use the device over there to shut it off.
Dun.
The scent of gold coins, gems, and fine leather. It's so refreshing. The treasures in this ancient city are all floating back up thanks to Grey Mystery and that pink squirrel.
Wow, so rude. Yeah, I don't think this enemy was here before. Is this the actual area? If I go back... cannot redirect. Okay, yeah, so this is like its own special instance. It's not like we've actually gone back to the area.
Yes, right here. What are you waiting for? Start digging.
Roger that. Watch me.
Barthos activated excavation mode, unearthing the treasure buried deep underground.
Wow! That's a huge chest. Move over. I want to open it myself. Wow. A massive haul. Unbelievable. It's hard to imagine the kind of luxurious life the people of Styxia once led. As expected for a realm of Fagusa's disciples. This entire chest is filled with ornaments made from ocean's tears. Here, take this. See if it suits you.
Thanks for the gift, boss. Much appreciated.
other. I can't believe you still fall for this.
How could I have forgotten about this? I'll believe it is true, and a lie becomes reality. What a convenient ability.
The demigod of trickery's divine gift. Far more practical than any golden thread or teleporter. Alright, enough fooling around. Here's the real thing. Lead the way.
Cipher rules! I've already pinpointed the next trove of treasure! Starting navigation. Boss lady, we're set to make a fortune this time! Got any plans on how to spend it?
Of course. Spend nothing. Have you forgotten my silly prophecy?
I remember!
I don't take the next dial.
Isn't that the controller for the hands of Aglaea's?
Indeed.
Ah, I did it again. I didn't think it would. No. I love the hands. We've used this one already.
Seriously, what was the Titan thinking when they came up with this thing? Hey! If you don't want the trickery to be exposed, you'd better start by keeping your mouth shut. What do you say?
But on the other hand, it does just one-shot enemies. Meow. Okay, I'm gonna move you, okay? Yeah, good boy. There you are. Yeah. So I doubt there's anything I could do with this hand, realistically. Right? Can I even use it?
Ah! This thing's way too loud when it's on. Let's not stir up more trouble, okay?
Oh, I see in the context of these guys are being thieves. They don't want to be spotted. I just was hoping I could punch that guy there.
Here we go round the river of souls. Spirit thief goes, spirit thief goes.
Ah, what are you even singing? You're totally out of tune.
So rude. Let Bartholomew sing.
There's a big guy guarding this place.
Yeah, big and dumb. Just a pure lump of stupidity.
Yeah, you don't get to shoot this guy.
Look at its face. Oh my, how could something be so ugly?
Yeah, so ugly. Ugly enough to make even me, a little imp without a digestive system, feel nauseous.
If that ugly brute messes up my face, even the stoic Talantin might end up shedding a tear.
Indeed, that would be heartbreaking. Clearly running away is the sensible choice.
No.
So, how about you take the front? I'll attack from the side.
Right. Fleeing fits a rogue nature. Huh?
Yay! You want
Receive divinity.
Impressive.
Don't get complacent.
This is worth learning.
So is this a new guy? I don't remember this guy. Worn by the Black Tide. It's once human form is corrupted. That's a lot of words, and I'm not going to read them because I can just kill him, which seems significantly more convenient. The dead return. Oh, maybe that just before my turn was bad. Okay, so what we do is we go Trilly. There we go. Into skill.
Curious
all.
and endless riddle.
Nothing
but a
more.
boy. Time to twirl!
Into skill.
Expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown.
Yay!
Such an ugly and useless creature, taken down with just a couple of hits. How boring.
Woo!
Hey, Bartolos. Are you
Bartolos,
still
not Bartolos.
alive? Give us a
Bartolos.
squeak if you are.
Squeak!
Look at you, all shaken up. Can't handle even this bit of action. It should be safe here now. Get to work.
Aye, boss lady Cipher.
Let's go. Bartolos activated excavation mode, unearthing the treasure buried deep underground.
It doesn't smell like anything valuable this time. Since we've already dug it up, let's open it and see.
Because the idea of, sorry, just on a separate note, like the idea of dying over, like living by through greed and dying to petty change, could literally be a case of she hunts down treasures non-stop, so she's already, walking with greed, and then dying to petty change could just be one day you open a chest, or you end up dying for a chest that ultimately contains next to nothing, or some kind of equivalent. That would also meet the binds, the restrictions set within the prophecy.
Huh. Is this?
The Journal of a Styxian Refugee. Month of Balance. Day blank. Three more neighbouring households moved away today. The tide has risen higher than ever before, already reaching the 5th step in the stone stairway to our residence. The priest insists it's merely seasonal high tide that will soon reside, but having lived in Styxia for nearly 30 years, I've never witnessed water levels like this. Leandro from the harbour went fishing 3 days ago and reported the seawater had become unusually turbid, appearing as if mixed with ink. Beneath the surface he glimpsed strange shadows, not human in form, yet possessing distinct outlines. After returning, he developed a high fever and has remained bedridden since. Month of Balance. Day blank. The city's feasts have grown increasingly frenzied. Grand celebrations that once occurred only during the month of joy now happen almost daily. At the Anzo's family banquet last night, I witnessed 2 normally well-mannered women treading grapes barefoot, emitting strange laughter, and then directly drinking the dirt-laden juice. They claim to be mimicking Fagosa's ritual ceremonies, though I've never heard of such an absurd form of worship. Prices at the market have risen by 30%. The honey brew merchant reports that the brewing process has become exceptionally difficult lately. The yeast cultures mysteriously rot. Only by distilling with seawater collected directly from the harbour can they produce proper wine. Fortunately, our Doris remains lucid, and has wisely advised us to minimise our consumption of the city's water and wine. Month of Everday. Day blank. Last night, strange music emanated from the harbour. It wasn't produced by any instrument, but seemed to rise from the ocean depths. The low, haunting melody sounded as if it was telling an ancient tale, compelling people to walk to the shore, to approach the shore. Several neighbours' children have sleepwalked into the dock last night. They claim to have seen the goddess in the water performing and wanted to get closer. The priests have forbidden all forms of musical performance and deployed soldiers to patrol the docks. For some reason, I can't shake the feeling that they're actually acting from fear than a genuine desire to protect us. Month of Everday. Day blank. Today I met Nora, the cloth merchant at the market. She revealed that the situation in her district was far more dire than we could have imagined. The spirit water pool in the Fagosa temple suddenly dried up 3 days ago, and despite their best efforts, the priests cannot replenish it. More alarming still, strange cracks have appeared on the wall behind the deity's statue, forming patterns or script that no one can decipher. Nora has also shared a peculiar rumour. Some claim to have seen in their dreams a woman playing a lyre, draped in black veils with eyes gleaming like seawater. She had allegedly told dreamers that Styxia would soon face a great transformation, and only those who hear her voice would be saved. Some city residents have begun referring to her as the prophetic sea musician, despite the priest's determined efforts to suppress such rumours. Month of Freedom, day blank. We finally decided to evacuate with our entire family. The seawater has reached the highest watermark at the dock, yet some remain oblivious, still immersed in endless revelry. Our family and the family Millen household have decided to journey to Okama together. Reportedly, the world-bearing Titan's protection extends there, and the tide of darkness have not invaded those lands. We plan to slip away quietly tonight from the northern dock exit. We pray to Fugosa for safe passage. Month of Freedom, day blank. We've been travelling for 3 days now. Last night, the Millen family's youngest child suddenly developed a high fever, continuously muttering strange phrases that resembled an ancient ballad. His father decided to take him back to the city for medical treatment, though we all know there is little hope to be found there. This morning, looking back at Styxia from the hillside, I was horrified to discover the entire city enveloped in a strange aura, with seawater shimmering from an unnatural blue radiance in the sunlight. From a distance, those magnificent buildings seemed to twist and distort in the water, as if they were nearly illusions. Month of Weaving, day blank. We encountered several other fleeing townspeople. They brought even more horrifying news. The seawater in Styxia has begun displaying strange colours and textures, sometimes as thick as honey, other times solid as glass. Those who remain in the city have begun undergoing bizarre transformations. Even more disturbing is that at night, the entire city bathes in an indescribable glow, as if enveloped by some gigantic amniotic membrane. They say that this is for Goza's punishment, but I can't help wondering, is this the Titan's wrath? Or is it some power even greater than the Titans at work? We've decided to continue northward to Okama. Along the way, we've heard rumours of someone named Blank who can supposedly appease Fugosa's wrath. But these are merely legends fabricated by desperate people. We common folk can only rely on our own 2 feet to flee this disaster. Month of Weaving, day blank. Tonight, after the children fell asleep, I secretly examined a small vial of seawater I brought from the city. It was the last drop collected from the spirit water pool in Fugosa's temple before we left. In the moonlight, it displays a strange shimmer, as if something moves within it, unlike any ordinary water. By chance, I discovered that by gently tapping the vial with my fingertip, it produces a peculiar sound, like a distant lyre notes echoing. In that moment, I seemed to glimpse a mysterious woman standing at the sea surface, sorrowfully playing a melody that no one could understand. I don't know if this was an illusion or reality, but if such a being truly exists, the one who can hear the sorrows of the Styxians, then, as we embark upon this uncertain journey, please grant us a flicker of hope, even if it's merely a pleasant dream. Okama is now in reach. Taking one final glance back at my homeland, the beautiful scenery of old is nowhere to be seen. only distorted masses of light and shadow, undulating on the sea level, resembling foam heaped by waves before dawn, dissolving one by one to gradually reveal its cold and true nature. I'm just happy that they made it to the city, because they very easily could have been like, they died.
Ooh, this looks tragic. Do you think they made it to Akuma?
I'm hoping, okay? I'm hoping that they did make it. That's the happy end that I need at this point. We need happy ends. We've not we've had happy moments, but no end in Amphorius has been happy. The tragedy, and I know that, but tragedy makes me sad, and I don't want to be sad.
Probably not. I've never seen or heard of anyone from Styxia and Akuma.
Oh.
At least, I'm still left for Dolos. Guess this city wasn't so lucky. Huh. It does seem unfair, doesn't it? Just because they were born in the wrong place, they had to face such devastation. Meanwhile, those in Akuma, simply because they're supported by the world-bearing Titan, continue to survive.
I mean, yeah, just adding to that point earlier, I mean, it makes sense that they didn't make it because we found the letter here. I don't know how it made it all the way back to Styxia. I mean, I guess but yeah, I don't know, but it did, so.
Yeah, the world just isn't fair, is it?
No.
Speaking of the world-bearing Titan, Cipher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kephal's priestly court?
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, you definitely told me, and I remember it clearly. Maybe it's been so long your memory's gotten a little fuzzy.
Either that or another lie, but you never know.
Oh, right. I did tell you. It wasn't a big deal. I just snuck in with a bunch of mumbling priests and watched them do their spooky rituals around some glowing rock. Honestly, I was only interested in the wallets of the old grandpas on the council back then. Don't remember much else. It's been what? Nearly 1,000 years?
Oh, I see. But you in a priest's robe? No, that's hard to picture.
Mm-hmm.
Who asked you to picture that? Besides, priest robes from 1,000 years ago were nothing like the ones today.
Right. I didn't think about that. I was just curious if you ever overheard anything interesting from those priests.
Huh? Like what?
How ridiculous. Come on, let's head to the next spot.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Where did this roadblock come from? Ugh, this is so annoying. The treasure is right in front of us.
Oh dear, we're stuck here. But I have a plan.
Time.
Should we call on that
Oh, no. Oh yeah, they're the breakable hands.
hand of Xandria?
Never thought that thing would actually come in handy. All right. Do you want to handle it?
Leave it to me, lass. I don't need a controller. After all, you know.
Clearly absolutely in the hand of Zagreus. Can I just talk to you?
Hand of Zagreus. My darling. Activate!
Whoa, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm doubtful there are any things around, because this is an isolated instance, and I've already had the coins for here. So we'll just do this. Self-criticism.
Looks like a charm.
Not bad. However, I still don't see how this ties into trickery.
Let's go to the next room.
I don't see how this ties into trickery. Oh, let's go! Yeah.
Hey, slow down. That question you asked me earlier.
Have they said anything?
I think I just remembered something.
What did I ask?
You No, that question. The one you specifically asked me. Right after we dug up the second chest?
Forgive me, boss lady, but have you been under a lot of stress lately? I didn't ask anything. You must have imagined it.
I unfortunately also just have terrible memory, so I can't tell if this is like a gaslighting to bring something to truth or not, because, what? Because I don't know.
Oh, is that so? Maybe you're right. I have been a little on edge lately. I need to relax. All right, let's move to the next treasure trove.
Lego!
Twinkle, twinkle in my chest, how this core flame is the best.
Wow, when it comes to singing, I still sound better than you, boss.
Wow, rude!
Go beyond all time and space on the journey of flame chase.
Worth it.
This scent feels like something incredible is buried here.
Incredible indeed. If even boss lady says so, how could I not be excited?
Do I need to give instructions here? Get digging.
Bathalos activates excavation mode, uncovering something hidden beneath the earth.
What?
It's a puzzle!
Oh, isn't this a golden scapegoat? Interesting. Looks like whoever buried this treasure wanted to play a little game with us.
Oh, isn't there a myth about this thing? Those who feared fire became sheep. Those who did not became human.
Sheep, humans, whatever. All I know is unlocking this gets us treasure. Here, this honor's all yours.
I'm with Cipher on this one.
Tricks are right up my alley. Just leave it to little old me.
Little me. Puzzle. Goodness me. Okay, we got 3 movement. Huh. This seems a little bit simple considering some of the others we've done. Woo. Grab it while you can. No. Ah. Okay.
Told you, nothing can stop me. Cipher, it's your turn now.
Stop. Stay there. And don't turn around.
Huh? What do you mean?
Turn around immediately. Oh no.
I told you. Don't move.
My poor old back.
There was a bug. A literal bug.
Shh, quiet. Don't say anything unnecessary. That seamstress. She's listening.
What? Boss, do you mean?
Stay put and keep quiet. I'll handle her. Whoa, whoa. Seamstress. Getting sneaky, aren't we? Did you think I wouldn't notice your little spies lurking around me?
As time passes, I find myself leaning more and more on blind luck. With only the power of this little nymph, naturally I couldn't slip past your sharp eyes, Cipher.
Uh-oh.
Even if you could fully control Bartolos's mind, I would still be able to see through your disguise. Aglaea. You've gone to such lengths to spy on my every move. What exactly are you after? I've told you before, you don't need me to succeed. Why don't you just let this go? I already made an exception and got involved with Castorus and Grey Mystery. Asking for more now. Isn't that pushing your luck a bit too far?
I'm sorry, Cipher. I've plotted and schemed my whole life. But I never could have predicted our relationship would end up like this. I've spent centuries trying to figure out where I went wrong, replaying every moment over and over. But you've never given me a chance to explain myself, face to face. Don't talk to me like that. You know I can't take it. 1,000 years ago, out of foolishness, I let my silence steal away the most beautiful sound I'd ever known. Hyacines. So this time, I must say this to you. Even if it's all in vain. I need you, Cipher. The Chrysos Heir's mission needs you. The finale I've delayed for far too long. It's finally here. Whatever resentment you still hold against me will fade once I'm gone. Please, come back to Akama. I'm begging you. Without you, they don't stand a chance.
I'll think about it, seamstress. But stop watching me. Unless you want to lose me for good.
Don't worry.
She can't.
As much as I'd love to hear your voice again, to see your face, it seems that chance will never come. Goodbye, Cipher.
Goodbye, Aglaea.
What a shame. I thought there'd be some real treasure under that goat's head.
Turns out, everything in that chest was soaked in water from the River of Souls. Nothing valuable left. Those relics were once priceless. But time has eroded away all that they once were.
Aww, hearing that from you makes it sound so sad. Wait, why am I getting all sentimental? I haven't even processed what just happened. That horrible woman. Where did she... Oh!
If you see her,
There you go.
let her know this. As demigods, we can't avoid our duties forever.
Could it have been back then when...
Do you remember now? Looks like you don't need me to jog your memory. She must have slipped that nymph into your pocket while you were distracted. Don't underestimate that bug. It's every bit as dangerous as the seamstress's golden thread. Let your guard down for even a second, and it might take over. Make you spill secrets you'd never share otherwise.
Whoa, that's like some brainwashing monster straight out of the Black Tide! Creepy.
That's very much a I know what this has done because I've seen it or experienced it kind of way of talking, which is...
Boss, how did you realize something was wrong? I'm curious. What exactly did that nymph make me say?
Actually, it gave itself away very early on.
Speaking of the world-bearing titan, Cipher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kefali's priestly court?
We've been partners in crime for 1,000 years. We've talked about everything there is to talk about. Except for that one experience at Dawncloud. I never...
Oh.
We've been partners in crime for 1,000 years. We've talked about everything there is to talk about. Except for that one experience at Dawncloud. I never told you about that. Absolutely wouldn't have shared that with anyone.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaea wasn't trying to trick you?
And And as far as I know, the embodiment of trickery despises that golden thread which forces people to speak the truth. You'd never defend Aglaea. Isn't that right, Zagreus?
Oh.
You have a terrifyingly sharp mind.
Well, well, well. If what has just been said is true, that's a little bit of that's interesting.
After all, I'm the only one in the world who knows you're still alive. To make sure you survive the Titan trial, I had to fool the entire world.
I mean, that sounds like a trial. Fool the entire world. That's Zagreus' trial. And the lie is that. That is incredible. I love that.
If you want to keep that lie from falling apart, you'd better keep playing your part in the days ahead.
Even if it weren't for saving my worthless little life, I'd still walk through fire for Cipher without hesitation.
You may have been reduced to this form, but you still haven't lost your way with words.
Speaking of which, Cipher, you're not taking that wicked woman's words to heart, are you? Life's been pretty great lately. Why get into trouble now? Don't you think?
Honestly, I've been thinking. Maybe a trip back now wouldn't be too bad.
You're back again, Cyphera. Your face.
Oh.
I need clothes. Anything. Just throw me something. A piece of cloth will do. Just enough to cover the wounds. I will pay back the amount I owe. I promise.
You're bleeding golden blood.
Yes. What about it? So what if I'm one of those Chrysosairs they talk about? Those infinitely strong heroes. World-renowned swordsmen. Exceptionally intelligent scholars.
Cyphera.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint. Who knew that group of amazing people would include me? A pauper. Thief. Con artist. Maybe I should just make another cut to drain all this yellow stuff out of me and...
Stop it, Cyphera. I'll give you clothes. Warm you up and stay here. Stay in my workshop until you're healed.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got these wounds? Right. What's the use? I'm so good at lying. Even your golden thread can be fooled. If you can't verify the truth, why bother asking at all?
I don't need to ask. Nor do I need to use the golden thread. I know everything you do is for survival, at all costs. Stay here. You won't have to deal with the cold or go hungry again. Stay by my side, and you can start putting yourself back together.
Aren't you worried I'll ruin this place's reputation? Or that I might sneak off with your precious clothes and sell them?
I wouldn't have invited you if I were worried about those things.
You're weird, seamstress. You know, they say a child who often lies remains a liar for life. I've tried not to become a liar. But honestly, it's just too hard. I'm close to giving up.
The poor baby.
What makes you think I won't disappoint you?
Because I can feel it. Not with the power of a demigod, but with the heart that beats in my chest. You love this place. That's why you keep coming by, but also why you hesitate to stay longer. You worry you'll tarnish the Gold Weaver name. After taking over Nestia's divine authority, I became used to letting the golden thread distinguish sincerity from falsehood. However, The mission I need to complete requires me to learn to trust and rely on my heart. Cipher, you're an honest thing I've given to this world. And also a challenge the world has given to me.
Aww.
Stay here with me. You have a beautiful face that deserves better than to be covered in scars and grime.
You've got a way of talking that's hard to follow. All right, let's make it a deal. You have 1 day to change your mind. Once the action hour passes, there's no turning back.
Right, back to our point of view. Oh, that's not us. These folks in black are not responding to provocations, nor do they seem intent on fighting. What exactly are they here for?
Pressure. Fear. Planting seeds of anxiety. It seems this is the strategy they've chosen.
An organization that sees it their mission to eradicate the Chrysosers. I read some chilling accounts, stories of the cleaners using alchemical arts to implant fragments of memories onto their successors, ensuring both identity and hatred live on. So their hatred is largely based in history and is not informed as much by, many of the more modern Chrysosers.
From what I know, these stories are true. The kindness we know today, strictly speaking, is the 27th kindness.
Oh my goodness. That is, that part I didn't quite anticipate hearing. Wow. It would explain, I guess, why she's so ruthless and detached from everything now. Ironically, she's become the very thing that they, were quote-unquote publicly fearing Aglaea would become. She's become that very thing herself.
Objectively, the rise of the cleaners was both inevitable and necessary. Yet, their ruthless and twisted methods earned them nothing but disdain and condemnation from history.
And still they endure, an organization persisting through time, now working tirelessly to obstruct the flame chase. Are they truly so terrified of the Era Nova that the Chrysosers strive for?
Even in these crumbling end times, there are always those who find ways to profit from the chaos. To ask the vested interests to abandon their status, wealth, and ambitions in this world for a distant ideal may be no easier than creating a miracle.
Wonder where Celia is now. If they're targeting me, she definitely won't be able to escape their notice either. I hope all is well. Is that Lord Krateros?
There you are, Lord Dan Heng. We couldn't reach you on the teleslate, so the Holy City Guard almost assumed you two had met some terrible fate. You pests crawling in the shadows, back off. Your plot ends here. You played your hand. Run while you still can. It might be your only chance to survive. Stay away from Akama forever. If you set foot there again, the fury of its people will tear you apart. Because Aglaea is dead, and in the eyes of the Holy City citizens, her blood is on your hands.
Oh my goodness, that was on a heck of a... I mean, obviously it was implied that might have been the case, well, heavily implied, but obviously it's one thing to have it implied and another thing to then be told, oh yeah, she's actually dead. Like I said, they were no threat to us, but...
Looks like she was wrong about you.
She? Are you talking about the mastermind behind all of this?
Well, she thought you were weak. She believed that even when you were facing the evil that you claimed to oppose, you'd hesitate to strike.
Misinterpreting mercy for weakness shows how arrogant and foolish your master is. They're still alive. With proper care, they'll pull through in a few days. But I must warn you, I haven't fought a human in ages. I can't guarantee I'll always be able to hold back. They're lucky they're still alive. If you feel as lucky as they are, try me.
Wow, bro, you sound so cool.
Phainon is seriously upset.
Get out of here. Don't show your face around us again. If your master wants to stop the flame chase journey, she'd better bring an army that makes Kremnos at its peak look like child's play.
I've said it more than once, Lord Phainon. We're not here to start a fight.
You're here to lose one.
We came only to ensure you weren't anywhere else. While you were unaware, we already accomplished our mission to buy time.
You didn't pay me.
So, Lord Phainon, until next time.
And obviously this was everything relating to Aglaea. Big planetarium everywhere.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Anyone who uses innocent lives as bargaining chips has gone too far.
Do you think they have a chance?
Probably a desperate gamble. I guess the opposition within the Council of Elders is still desperately fighting to obstruct the flame chase journey. If the conspiracy is exposed, they'll be hunted down in the Holy City like rats with nowhere to run, no matter where they hide. Right, tell us, Lee.
And is this where everybody gets informed? Global announcement. Due to force majeure, the World Wide Web operations will be temporarily suspended. Please stay calm and remain in your homes. Oh, wireless protocol. Local threads enabled for emergency internal communication only. Lady Goweaver deceased. Please return to the Holy City at once. I know it's hard to believe, but please come back soon. On my way.
Aglaea? Is this blasted? Those guys.
Is it those guys doing?
But how could they possibly? Stay calm. This could just be one of her schemes. I won't believe it until I see it for myself.
Phainon, what should we do now?
Stay on course. I'll contact Treeby and ask her to keep the citizens calm. We'll hurry back to Akama as fast as possible and assess the situation in the city. If we run into any enemies along the way, I won't be merciful this time.
Mm-hmm. Cartonis.
Cartonis?
Is this in the past? Oh no. Is this like her last messages for everybody then? That she's leaving? She left one for Cipher. Now Cartonis.
Oh, you're forging a sword for Phainon, aren't you? I haven't seen you wield the hammer in so long. I couldn't help but be entranced by the sight.
You, Aglaea. In this form, you come to me. It means...
That's right. At this moment, my physical form is already shattered. My journey as a human in this world has come to an end.
Oh. I mean, I guess it makes sense in some is that she prepared that she knew this, like she knew she was dying anyway. Like this was known, made very explicitly clear at the end of the last missions, with Anaxa stating her soul was already more broken than his was, and she was holding on. No. There we go. Hey, stop working for a moment again. bad headset. But yeah, it makes sense that she would then prepare for this sort of inevitability because, well, exactly that. She knew it was going to happen. But and as players, we knew that as per the tragedy of both the story and the nature of Aglaea's character, she wasn't supposed to make it to the end. But in such a way.
It's time to fulfill our pact.
Of course. The pact. I haven't forgotten.
The thing I entrusted to you. Do you still have it?
Far too plain this vessel is. Not worthy of you.
Oh, a vessel?
Do you still insist?
I insist. Over the past 1,000 years, every piece of fabric I've worked with has been tainted by my cold divinity. It's made me hate their colors, texture, and scent. This ornament stands apart. It was a gift from a child. She was pure and kind. I often wished my childhood could have been like hers.
Hmm?
How to say goodbye to everyone? Have you already planned?
I'm afraid there's no such detailed plan this time. I deeply regret not being able to say farewell to them, one by one.
Aww.
The moment has come. My departure will give them one less thing to worry about. This parting gift should help ease the regret of such a sudden goodbye.
Invented for the Titans, Kremnos' soul-forging technology was. Though divinity it retains, filtered out, the remnants of humanity will be. Is that what you want, Aglaea?
You've confirmed this with me repeatedly. Yes, Cartonis. I need you to do this for me.
Aww.
Condense my divinity into this ornament.
Oh.
It might still be useful in the future to help them complete their mission.
Selfless until the end. Envy that child, there's no need to. Already lived a grand life your humanity has.
Your praise puts my heart at ease, Grand Craftsman. Now, please, take me through the last tempering that fate
has to offer. I didn't mean to click.
The city is silent, and tension is building with every passing second. The news is probably spread by now. Every household is locked up tight, and all the market stalls have closed down temporarily.
But something like this feels like a scheme.
I hope so. I just can't believe she'd be taken down by a handful of assassins. If this is all part of a larger plan, Treeby must know something. She just couldn't say it in the message.
It's nice to hold on to what little hope we have. Obviously, it might just be the case that, as we saw, the threat offered by the assassins and kindness was enough that, well, we don't know exactly how Aglaea met her end, but it could have very well been by choice.
Let's go find her.
I am curious if any of these have listen and they would be dialogue based on what has just happened. I don't want to just teleport there because of the music. Ah, there you are, yeah. Heroes, our heart bleeds with yours. Yep, the murderer, the Council of Elders, obviously. Like, even for those who didn't want the Flame Chase journey, I imagine their intent was not the murder of Aglaea.
Dan Heng came back before us. Well, maybe he's heard something.
Hello, Kratos. Hello, Dan Heng. Ah, you're back. How's everything? No injuries, I hope?
Don't worry. The cleaners didn't lay a hand on us. Lord Kratos, were you in the city when it happened? What exactly went down?
Regrettably, no one knows the details of that moment. Eyewitnesses only saw...
It's fine. Just tell me.
Eyewitnesses at the Memorial Palace saw Aglaea fall from the Chrysos airbath.
Oh, God.
She showed no signs of life by the time the Holy City guards approached to check. They were too afraid to jump to conclusions. After all, she was a demigod who lived for over 1,000 years, the leader of the Chrysos heirs. Most citizens of the city believed that death couldn't touch her. She was pierced through the heart by a uniquely crafted dagger. I saw it for myself. It's one of the weapons carried by the cleaners.
So she really was assassinated.
No, that doesn't make sense. The ones who appeared in the Grove and those who confronted Dan Heng in the Abyss didn't immediately resort to violence. They were just watching and trying to intimidate. They didn't have any reason nor the courage to attack Aglaea. Perhaps...
Speculating blindly won't help. Let's go find Lady Treby. She understands Aglaea's mind the best.
I'll stay here to lead the guards and maintain order. Find out what happened, but don't take too long. With Aglaea gone, someone has to take her place and lead Akama. Also, Miss Hyacine was the one who declared Aglaea dead. You might want to speak with her.
Thank you, Lord Kratos.
I'll stay here to lead the guard. Also, Miss Hyacine.
The really solemn music is really nice, in a sad way.
The baths are empty.
No citizen feels like bathing after hearing such terrible news. Aww. Hey Rose, you're back.
Hyacine.
You're back.
We heard from Kratos. Are you alright? Kratos.
I'm fine. I've been staying close to Lady Treby and Lady Trinan after the incident. It's great that you could come back so quickly. They need someone with them now.
How are the two of them holding up?
Not well. After all, we witnessed Lady Aglaea's last moments. I tried to treat her immediately, but even the sky's blessings, declaring her death was the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a doctor. Lord Phainon, don't push yourself. You're carrying a heavier burden now.
No, please don't.
It's fine. I can handle it. What I've lost is a mentor and a comrade in arms. But for Treeby and Traiman, they've lost a 1,000-year-old bond. Like they're losing a part of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
You should rest, Hyacine. You've been awake for a long time, haven't you? We'll handle things from here.
Okay. See you later, everyone.
Next, we should visit Lady Treeby.
Mm-hmm.
Snowy. Little Gray. You're back.
Yeah.
Lady Treeby,
Snowy, don't. Please don't apologize to us. You went to the Grove to prepare yourself for the threats to Akama. You didn't do anything wrong. So don't be. We were always by Aggie's side throughout this long journey. So we understood her thoughts better than anyone. She knew she wouldn't see the end of the Flame Chase journey. Yet, she gave everything without hesitation. For the future of everyone.
I know what Aglaea expected of me. Right now, the last thing Akama needs is a leader wallowing in self-pity.
The scroll over there was entrusted to us by Aggie. She instructed us to hand it over to you when the time was right. I think now's the right time.
Mm-hmm. Golden threads frayed at the fringe of an era, and posterity took up the sentiments formerly hanging on its web. The tragic news heard during your travels? Head to the book and write it down. Review the memories remnant. Aggie. So you really don't have to take the medicine anymore? No need, teacher. Medicine can only steady my flesh, but it cannot stop the decay of my soul. I've already borrowed too much time from this world, and now the time is up. Now is the best time for my exit. Please, don't cry on my account, teacher. I have a final selfish request. Can you lend me an ear? Aggie. Go ahead. We will definitely fulfill it for you. I wish for my death to be quiet and gentle. I hope that my lifeless body will not be exposed to the eyes of the public. Teacher, I have faced too many changes in my lifetime, but in the pursuit of one thing alone, I have remained unchanged for 1,000 years. It's beauty, isn't it? Huh? That's right, teacher. Beauty. Aggie, do you think Snowy is ready? 1,000 years ago, when I took up the core flame of Ninstetter, do you think I was ready then, teacher? Born into this era, We had no choice but to grow amidst the raging waves, not to set sail after everything was prepared. Phainon. He will understand. He will grasp the duty I've left to him. He is mature enough now, no longer blinded by anger or hatred. Aww. Is it the same dialogue
Aggie,
again?
I still remember the taste of that oatmeal. See you tomorrow morning. I'll prepare breakfast for you then.
Aww. Just Treeby? Yeah, just Treeby, no Trina.
Phainon, my humble student, my trusted colleague. As I write this, you are locked in a battle of words with the Council of Elders, fighting for the survival of the Flame Chase journey on a battlefield where the smoke of war is invisible. I deeply regret and feel guilty for hastily pushing you and the Trailblazer into the debate. But please forgive me. At that moment, I could not afford to show any sign of weakness before you, as it would have crushed your morale. I considered the debate a routine affair, assuming I could win merely with the support and experience we'd accumulated over centuries. But I underestimated kindness and her party's cunning, and also the deterioration of my own senses. The trap was likely set by the debater Calictus. He had prepared a severed golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when kindness was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways, but my words slipped out before I could even think about them. With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city. You can imagine the reaction that comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal, but that is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human. Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer, but I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by the golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of those serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably, a peaceful death is a luxury I cannot afford. I must feign weakness deliberately to make those serpents lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and sunk their fangs into my heels, that's when I'll strike back, igniting the final blaze to burn away the threats hidden in the shadows.
That seems more like Aglaea than simply dying to an assassination.
The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all, Akima still has you to guide them, Phainon. You're not perfect, Phainon. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity, dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors. Unconditionally. That might be what sets our Sky Father Kefili apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love.
Oh.
Phainon, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, from the very beginning, my thoughts have never changed. You are the destined world-bearer of Amphorius, the gate to Amphorius's future.
Yeah, we've been waiting.
Go, complete the flame-chased journey of the prophecy, ignite the stars, and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity. I will be waiting at the end of the West Wind, looking forward to the miracle you will create.
Aglaea, how could I possibly be worthy of the burning torch you've passed into my hands? Dan Heng, can you do me a favor?
Whatever I can help with, just say the word.
Please deliver a message to Lord Crateros. Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Kremnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Phainon will speak at the Marmorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns about the Holy City's future and the Flame Chase journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaea has left Amphorius the seeds of hope.
Understood.
Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare.
Cartonus has arrived.
Cartonus? What brings you to Marmorial Palace? I plan to get everything settled before coming to see you. Is there something urgent, Cartonus?
How are you holding up? I wanted to see.
Cartonus.
Better than I expected, you seem.
Oh.
There's no room for doubt anymore. It's time to take action and show everyone that the leadership of the Chrysos heirs is still strong.
Right. Your assessment is... Now, here. Take this.
Is this it? You've completed it.
I have seen so many random little things about people talking about the Flame Reaver and Phainon and the potential links between them, and then he's just given the sword that looks identical, but not broken. Now that is peculiar. But nonetheless, we shan't hold on to that, and we shall move on.
Dawnmaker. The name I've chosen for it. Before dawn, prepare for battle. For tomorrow, wield your sword. Befits your stature, it does. Chrysos heir.
Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad sword.
Oh, I see,
master.
that was the intent.
You've recreated this so
Okay.
precisely,
I thought
just from what I described.
Might have been said before and I forgot because memory.
Precise your description. Imbued it with the power of dawn I already have. Guided by your will, gleam with golden flames. Its blade will wield it. May triumph always be yours.
To deliver.
Thank you, Cartonus. I will use this sword to protect the beings of Amphorius.
Another thing there is.
Aglaea's divinity. There it is.
What's this?
Stored here, the remnants of Aglaea's divinity are. This was her commission. Her death she had long foreseen.
Can she still hear us?
It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be with you. Always.
I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have a need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago. But when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray, if she could see me now, leading from the front, rallying people against their destiny, she would surely smile.
And she's most likely Cyrene, I presume. Ma'am.
How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver?
Well, you gotta think that she's been around and in power for so long that these people have only ever lived her life with her there. And then their parents probably have already only lived their life, and their grandparents, and it goes quite far back. Like, obviously I know she hasn't been doing this the whole time she's been around, but for a significant portion of the time that she's been active, she has been leading Akama. So it's it probably is like this one of, amongst all the other events going on, this is to these people, this is probably the most direct and large-scale change.
Look! Lord Phainon is here.
Will he step up to lead Akama?
Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. I wrestled with every word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Chrysos heir's flame chase alive. In the end, I remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason. I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, tore apart their character, and laid out their crimes. The strategy worked. I secured enough votes to achieve my goal, but afterward, there wasn't even a flicker of joy. I realized that apparent victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the flame chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide. To strengthen us, not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, a tool of control. But no one can deny that it was Aglaea who held this city and even this shattered world together. Now she is gone. Yes, as you have heard, the demigod Aglaea, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
Who murdered Lady Goldweaver?
Find the murderer! Make them pay! I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed. The golden threads that once bound this city have unraveled. Yet no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts.
Phainon.
Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Phainon has a way with words.
It's me up there. I could do it too. That is not true. There's something special about a man of letters. But I don't want to just tell her to be quiet. I feel that's a bit disrespectful to Mem. So I'm going to go with there is something special about a man of letters.
Indeed.
The flame-chased journey is nearing its end. With only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit shine brighter than the sky itself. Let me bear witness. Even without the divine authority of romance, Akama will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaea dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people!
Better people!
Better people! Better people!
Phainon is amazing, honestly.
Better people! Better people! Better people!
I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaea left me perhaps the simplest duty in the world. To bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the holy city for a millennium.
Mm-hmm.
She was Akima's dressmaker, the leader of the Chrysos heirs, the Gold Weaver, Aglaea, and her greatest feat was being a selfless person.
singing sounds so familiar.
Oh.
That's our song, and Snowy used to love it.
Yes, Lady Trian. For that child filled with anxiety. Your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart. Even if for just a moment.
Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little. Now, you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, you helped nurture it in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Trian.
I heard what you said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I've taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Aww.
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the Flame Chase journey might not have survived.
Good thing your head's still clear. The Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now.
Aww. That's cute.
Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa. Miss Castros? Aren't you going to say something?
No, disappearing.
Lord Phainon, you have always been so approachable. Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like. But that's dangerous.
Dangerous?
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget who I am. And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective.
Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Phainon.
Goodbye, Gastras. Aglaea.
Remember, Phainon, after completing the flame chase, leave the decision to initiate the miracle of Genesis to the Amphorians. The Chrysos heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world.
Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line.
Well said. You've got a good memory.
It's late. Anything else you'd like to add?
Anything else? Even in your imagination, I'm not one to show my vulnerable side.
No worries. I've long understood how difficult it is for you to open up completely. Thank you for bringing me here, Aglaea. You saved me.
Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child. But this crumbling world. Goodbye, Phainon.
Goodbye, Aglaea.
Hope you forget me.
Forget you. Like I'd ever. We aren't parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates at Castrum Kremnos. Let's not make this a tearful farewell.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime.
Aww.
Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan. See you around. Phainon of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mightymoose.
Oh.
What a poignant, yet splendid journey.
Oh, listen to that voice again. This is not the first time.
And it's
Hello
still
again.
not over yet, is it?
This is Cyrene, right? Who just happens to sound remarkably like men.
Yes, Cyrene.
I was right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story.
A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people, tried so many things. I've found new resolve. And I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
But to me, you've never changed at all, Phainon.
Days later, at Dawncloud.
Dawncloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories. I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here, all the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cipher, you...
Seamstress. Tell me, does Akama have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawncloud. Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefali's divine body. Even I, the Gold Weaver, cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all worlds. Nice! Got it! Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cipher. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawncloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
Look, Seamstress. Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cipher?
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person. Or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you! I can't sing as well as Miss Hyacine, and I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treby. The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream. Right?
I know, Cipher. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery, even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaea. I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful, and that everyone is simple and kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it, even though it's a lie.
Lies will always be lies, Cipher. But sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
That's a white lie for you.
Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cipher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad, I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself. After she passed away.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're probably aware that Aglaea has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase, and the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kynus, the leader of the cleaners.
Ah, I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you?
Yes. I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the council theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aglaea in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cipher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's core flame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cipher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her.
He really does speak like
I'll
her.
give you
It's
that.
really sweet.
Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akama closely.
I think the first indication we had that they're still an active big presence that's going to make a role soon is with Herta when she saw the memory of them.
You mean?
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind. But they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akama yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Secret art's my foot! I could break those mechanisms with a flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akama because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, with the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in.
It's one of those things that the more you're like, Aglaea was doing so much.
But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Just look how ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
You have my deepest gratitude. That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cipher will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
Hyacine's point of view. Meanwhile, in the Grove of Epiphany.
I'm back. I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the Grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad.
Exactly.
But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all. I know, little Ika. I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. But we have an even more important mission this time round. Lord Phainon has already set the date to campaign against Aglaea. Being a descendant of the Sky People, I... You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors. Please wait for just a bit longer. The time I spent in the Grove deserves some reminiscence.
I do just want to really throw out the respect for how incredible the voice acting has been in this. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, it always is, the music and the voice acting and all these little things, but it's honestly, I cannot give it enough credit. It's amazing, honestly. I do wonder, bear with me just a brief moment. with me. I'm doing a check. This. Thank you, Arthur. Please keep distracting everybody. That would be a wonderful roll. Okay, so what I think I will do for the day is we are effectively, there are 9 steps to this quest and we are halfway through it. So what I will do is I will take this opportunity to call it for the continuation of this. We've had an insane, and I mean my goodness gracious, an insane amount of revelations that have occurred within this. Obviously we've...
Got it.
Sorry.
I'll focus on that.
That's my fault. We've had an insane amount of revelations, ranging from the simple fact, well, the unfortunate case of Aglaea's passing, to confirming that apparently, alright, I was too close. That apparently Zagreus, well, Bartholos is Zagreus, which was honestly a really interesting drop of information. What else have we found out really this? I mean, those are like the 2 single big revelations. Obviously, Kindness is still present and playing a role, and everything like that. So, Phainon's got his new weapon, and we've now retrieved the divinity of, what little divinity is left of Aglaea. So, all these pieces are in place, because taking down Aquila is not in of itself going to be an easy task. It's been stated how difficult it would be from the very start, and it's a reason it was left for near the end, is just how difficult of a task it would be. But even once we've done that, I think the hardest part is there. You know, provided Cipher is okay with putting up with the Flame Reaver for a while, they are a presence of which we are going to have to deal with eventually, and that's before Phainon takes on Kefali, and however the process for rebuilding the world itself occurs. And then obviously we've got a question of how is Lygus going to fit into it? What is his precise role in this story? Why in the trailer did we see Imbibe a Lune? What's Dan Heng going to do in this time? What else have we got? What role is Herta actually going to play? Because it would be a bit ridiculous, I think I said it last time, for them to sort of bring in Herta just to tell us 2 little lore drops, like about Destruction is the 3rd one, the 3rd Aeon, and the Lygus is an emanator of Naus. I feel there are other ways they could have given that information, so they're not going to waste Herta on just that. Like, Herta's going to play another role. She's going to do something, and I just can't wait to see where all these little pieces come into, how it's all going to happen. Now obviously the next big update, 3.4, is going to be massive. I believe we're getting not only presumably the climax of Amphorius with it being Phainon's update, but we're also getting the Fate stuff. I might be incorrect, but I've heard, to my recollection, what I've been told by a friend, is that the Fate stuff is primarily going to take place on Penacony. There is actually going to be some stuff around that, so that will be interesting. But obviously the main thing I would love to focus on is the nature, what's going on with Amphorius. Now, we were told prior to the release of Amphorius as a whole that it would last an entire year. Now, obviously, if that means... how that actually, you know, shows itself and what that actually entails is something else entirely. But yeah, I cannot wait to see where we go and finish off 3.3, and then, goodness me, because the second I finish 3.3, I'm going to want to play 3.4. So playing it so early is obviously a little bit of a shame, but regardless, I cannot wait. So hopefully next stream we will complete the remaining part of the 3.3 story. That will be the main focus without a single doubt. I cannot, again, I will just keep saying it, I cannot wait to see where it all goes. I truly cannot. And then from there, well, we really see what will happen. I've definitely got some other games I want to play. I still need to finish playing Fire Emblem Engage. The Switch 2 is released. That's an entire thing. So we'll really see what time permits us to do. But for now, thank you so much for your time, everything you've provided, and I hope you have a most lovely day, night, morning, however time treats you. And look after yourself. Goodbye.